Hello. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about different types of stone to carve on, and I was going to show you some samples from my stash here, but I thought it would be better if I actually showed you some examples of the real thing, carved lettering on stone. So I'll just mention the fact I've got a pile of scraps of Hopton Wood limestone here, a little bit of Kilkenny limestone, some Italian marble, and then Nabresina on the end. Then on the other side, there are some black slate, a few bits of purple slate, and a whole pile of high Moor limestone from Yorkshire. But let's have a look at some real-life examples. So here are some examples of actual carved lettering, well in this case numbers, on the stone that I have in stock. This is a piece of Hopton Wood limestone, which is from Derbyshire, from near me. It's a middle kind of range of hardness limestone, beautiful to cut, takes nice detail, and now no longer available. Also Hopton Wood, this is an ambigram designed by the great Scott Kim in the States, and it's the word infinity, which you can read from inside the circle and outside the circle, and it goes around 3 times. Also Hopton Wood, that's about 30 centimetres across. And a piece of marble. This is Italian marble, but I carved the letters quite deeply, not in a V-cut, almost straight in the sides and leaving the bottom of the cut quite rough. And then used some stonemason's resin mixed with brick cement dye powder to fill the letters, and then just rub them down flat. It's quite a nice effect. The colour goes well with the subject material there, I think. There's a quote from Joni Mitchell on a piece of Aurisina, which is one of the 2 hard limestones that come from near Trieste. This is more Aurisina. You can see the difference actually in the colour balance on these pictures. The lighting outside makes the stone look completely different, but actually those 2 pieces are very similar colours. Now this is a piece of Nabresina. It is very hard, but the finish you get on cut letters is absolutely beautiful, crisp, and it will last forever outdoors. Another piece of Nabresina, a little quote from Dylan Thomas. Another piece of Nabresina, and I had some long pieces cut and cut some an assortment of words on them, but this piece has some pits just above the centre of the U. There's quite a deep pit towards the top of the block. A little bit annoying if you're cutting through what appears to be solid stone and you find a cavity underneath, like a cavity in a tooth, which is just the hole in the middle of a piece of shell. Now on to Welsh slate. This is black, kind of blue-black, if anything, Welsh slate. The letters have been in-painted with a kind of very, very pale blue, and then the surface of the stone oiled with slate oil, which I'll talk about in a future video. Another piece of very black Welsh slate, although the photograph is kind of edited to make it look blacker, I think. Painted ash grey inside the letters, and then again given a light coating of slate oil. These were just a couple of old, or parts of a kitchen shelf, reclaimed Welsh slate. My brother's a builder, gave me these pieces, and yeah, I can carve lettering on those. So these are the memorials to our past pigs and cats. We used to have pet pigs and many pet cats. This is a piece of purple Welsh slate, sometimes known as heather slate. The photograph doesn't show up the colour to its full glory. It can look really stunningly, beautifully purpley. The photograph here may just have gone a little bit grey. Again, infilled with, in-painted with ash grey paint and then slate oil on the surface. This is a little bit more the classic heather slate colour. If you can get it this colour, it's just such beautiful stuff. Finer and slightly softer than black slate, but beautiful to carve, takes great detail. And look at that colour, it's glorious. Now we're in Yorkshire. This is high Moor limestone from Tadcaster, just outside Tadcaster. Another piece of high Moor. This piece is a little bit more creamy in colour than the previous one. It does vary a little bit. Some are creamy towards white and others a little bit more yellow. And finally a little bit random. This is a piece of Pietra Serena. In Italy, there are whole churches made out of this stuff. It comes from somewhere near Pisa. It's strange stuff to carve. It's basically quartz crystals set in clay. So it's a really funny consistency, but it's okay to carve, and they carve great detail on it for sculptural stuff in these churches in Italy. But I had a couple of offcuts of it, so carved a few letters. So enough chit-chat, let's get back to the carving. Now when I marked out this with the celluloid thinners and a laser print, I made a cardinal error on the computer screen when I put the design together. The spacing between the A and the T was a bit too broad. There's not much in it, but I've redrawn the position of the T. I've just brought it across about 1.5 millimeters. It's not much, but I think that will make it look slightly less gappy on this side. It's a difficult thing to get perfect spacing. Spacing is an art rather than a science, and sometimes, you know, afterwards you look at the spacing and you go, "Ooh, actually I could have fiddled that a little bit, could have closed this gap up or opened that one." Yeah, what can I say? Should have got that a little bit tighter, but let's carve the T anyway. I'll finish off I Am What I Am next time, and since you don't want to believe just everything I say, I'll also give you a guide to some books, courses and online resources. Bye for now.